Wow. Boom. Hello, everyone. And welcome. I'm gonna edit this actually, so this is a wee bit higher. Yep. Not high. There we go. Hi Raven, you smell too. And there's a big change of plan tonight. Long story short, I've been really stressed out the past couple of days, and I was not feeling up to doing my normal gaming stream tonight. What? What, Raven? But so instead I decided just to do this sort of chill hobby stream. And I'm going to be taking a look at Warhammer Conquest. The music that's on is some free music that everyone can use. I just quickly grabbed a playlist of. No idea what's coming up, but so far it's not to my taste, but I thought it was better than having nothing in the background at all. Just sound really quiet. And so yeah, we're going to be starting to look at Warhammer Conquest. I've opened the first pack. I've got the free paintbrush you get with the free snips. I'm going to be using them to see if they're good and compare them to the ones I'm currently using. What is the music? I couldn't even tell you the name of this song. I just looked up what was what is it they call it? Free, not open source. Words. Just copyright free, open source. No, it's just completely open source music, Raven. Completely copyright free that anyone's allowed to use. But yes, Conquest. It's the reason I did that, Raven, is because I wanted to port this to YouTube too, so I'd have something to. Sounds terrible. I know it's not really my taste either. Twitch is being dumb. Oh, what's wrong with it? Heartbroken. But yes, Conquest. I've got a box sitting down here, which I just dropped half the stuff out of. Ah, big box. Better watch I don't break the models I've put there. The ad keeps pausing. Here we go. Well, hello, Oni. So yes, big box. And I've got the first, I think it's 6 issues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first, no wait, no, first 6, yeah, I was right. The first 6 issues of Warhammer Conquest. I've only opened the first one so far, and that was just to take a quick nosy, really, so I suppose you could class this as an unboxing. And we'll probably blast through them quite fast, because you only get about 3 models in each. So let's take a quick look at what comes in the first one. They all came in the parcel, bar one. Actually, Raven, you're wrong. The first 2 came a couple of weeks back in a sort of envelope. Yep, 2, not 1. And then the last 4 came in a parcel yesterday or the day before. So if I pop that there now. Oh, you just can't really see it because of the... but there's not really much to see, it's just a... It's just really describing the Warhammer world. Just so anyone that doesn't know what Warhammer Conquest is, it is a new magazine that is being released weekly that just gives you some models and oh, thank you, Oni. It's a new magazine released weekly that just takes you from being a total scrub with no models, no nothing, and gives you a couple of models each week, it gives you a couple of paints each week, and it just gives you like advice like, right, here's the models you got today, and this is what we're going to do with them. And see if you go do this to all your old models too, it'll make them look better, and it's also teaching you the rules of the game as well as you go along. Like for example, week 1, you can you see this on this screen? Not well. So I might just actually deactivate the green screen, the chroma key, so that fat rap music. You know what? Let's actually just do that. If I go to, where is it? It should be called webcam. There it is. Properties. Where's I've done the wrong thing. It's not properties, it's filters I need. Chroma key. And we'll just... So not just a pause of it. Ah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Deactivated it. No chroma key. So this should now be easier for you to see. In fact... Oh, that's too dark. Way too dark. Oh well, so I have to leave the light on. But yes. And the free intercessors here at the front is what you get in the first week. Intercessors, yep. It tells you, here it is. Clipper safety. Look, see, it even gives you safety. You are insane, you are. Deactivate. Okay. You can see here, even giving you safety instructions on how to use your clippers. Like, there you go, it's giving you instructions on how to do them. And then, oh look, it's even got a wee how they go together. Ah, Cars 2 reference, should have known. And then it's giving you a wee how to paint, and it's walking you through painting. So look, see, it does this every week. And by then, after about a year and a half, you should have a huge army. So yeah, it's really basic at first. Look, see, when you're finished at first, that's what your free models will look like. So it's not like we're going into some pretty big stuff here, like getting this guy here, which is half finished. Camera swap when you go back to painting. Swap the top camera screen. Switch to. I don't know what you mean, Raven. So without any further ado, let's get that book and put it to the side. What's this? Oh, this is just a big poster, I think.
You should have made 2 scenes. Like, they're both exactly the same, but when you're talking like this...
Oh, put the big screen to the top, yeah.
And then when you're painting, you just go to the other scene.
If I do this sort of thing again, this is all last minute. So if I do that sort of thing again, big poster!
Because it makes no sense. You just
Big poster!
Could you like maybe do that? Or not do that right now?
Ah, too much hassle to do that now, I'd say.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah.
Alright.
I just want to continue on.
Alright.
Yeah, big posters, that not cool.
Well, that's an idea for next year.
And then, on the other side of the poster, it shows you what you should get after you've got all the magazines. See there, those... I can't see, it's in my face there. But yeah, tons of scenery, 2 armies, tons of paints, lots of paint brushes, and the skills you need. So that's quite cool. And if you are new and you don't have anyone to teach you these sort of skills or talk you or walk you through, and you don't feel confident enough just learning from YouTube videos, this would definitely be the way to go. I mean, it takes your hand through every single step, which looks amazing. Hopefully by the end of it you can at least half competently paint like me painting these guys. But yeah, that's the 2 books that, well, poster and the book that comes in the first issue. Let's take a look at what else comes in the first issue. Right, and this is our wee box we got in the first issue, which I'm pretty sure I've already got all 3 of these paints. A bit of plastic, don't need that. A Bad and Black, yeah, I've already got that paint. But yep, free paint.
You can show them a little screen of paint.
That's what I did do. Like, oh yeah! A Bad and Black! I've already got... See, this first week's one was like $1.99. These paint pots cost like £4 on their own, so already a huge saving there just for the paints. So this was a good idea for me to get even just as a spare paints. I've not, like, you get, if you sub to it, you get like every 4th copy free. I've not completely mapped it all out to see if you'd save money, but it's a weekly cost thing, and it's definitely saved me money on just the spare paints, as I said there, the now so far. So I'll stick that to the bag. So the other one it gave me, Retributor Armor. I'm 90% sure I've got that paint. I'm not 100% sure. But if I don't have this paint, then that's one I didn't have, and that's the cost already completely gone because it's a paint I didn't have. Pop that there for you to see. Yeah. Boop. Retributor Armor. And the last one's probably McCrag Blue from the models we got with it, so let's pop that out. Hey, what a guess. McCrag Blue. I definitely already have this paint. That's it there. The McCrag Blue. They're all 3 of them are base paints. And just a quick heads up for anyone that doesn't know what a base paint is. A base paint is a pretty solid colour, a pretty... Thick is not the right term to use, but I think if you don't know what a base paint is, it'd help you understand it the best. And it goes over almost any other paint in one coat, but you still probably should do put multiple thin coats, but I know I'm bad for that myself. I don't normally. I know I should, but I don't normally, I must admit. But yeah, base coat, that's what you put, base paint is what you put down on the bottom to give you your basic colour, and then you build up from there. You'll do basically any model you want done really fast, really easy. Base coat it, give it a dry brush, give it a wash, hey presto, it looks cool, and it only took you the 10 minutes basically to do the base paint. That's the only time consuming part there, and it was the only annoying part. So yes, that's the 3 paints, they were all base paints. Then we got the models now. The sprue, it's going to be hard to show you on this camera here. Back you go. No. Sure, we shouldn't be handling them like that. The sprue, it does come in this. I must admit, I find it ugly. The all just pure blue instead of the normal grey. Which I must admit, I find that kind of ugly. But as a new person to the hobby, hey, Helsing! As a new person to the hobby, that would be really helpful just to instantly know, like, oh, these guys, you just, at a glance, you know, right, these guys go into the Ultramarine army, and those guys are green, so they go into the Nurgle army. Yes, welcome to the stream, Helsing. I hope you enjoy your stay. And then the last thing that comes in the first week is your free bases for the models. There's your free bases. So, last bit's plastic. Don't need that. Not anymore anyway. Actually, that could have been handy to store things and put them in the side. I probably shouldn't have thrown that away. Too little, too late. So, let's see if we can get these free models built, at least for now. If that's said, let's move yous to up there. I think we're going to need a wee bit more height on you, to be honest, because I couldn't even get that full sprue in. There we go. Move yous back there, move yous back here. And I really doubt I'm going to need the instructions for this. I know one thing I forgot though. Raven. Raven. Can you see if my plastic glue's on my desk in the bedroom? I kind of forgot about it. Thank you. So we're just going to get these all snipped out. And yeah, this is the 3 snips you got with it. It is not yellow, that's the PVA that's for making bases. It's the little white tubs, the little white things. Aye. It's got like the pointy aimer thing. Yeah, I heard. Are you on it? Right, I'll get the glue then. Right, I'll be right back, everyone. Which one was it again?
I can only find
Nope,
these.
not that one. That's the starting soon. Nah, it's not them, I'll do
I
it.
know the one you're on about, but I can't see it.
Right, I'll be right back in a second, everyone. I am back. I have returned. Boop. We are here. And I got it. My little tub of glue, my plastic glue. Let's first of all just get all these parts chopped out. Which is going to be relatively hard to do on screen. Right, hold the snips the wrong way around. Because you always want the little thin side closer. So far I prefer these free snips to the ones I currently own. That was fairly painless. It gets it cut a lot closer than my free ones. Am I holding it too close or too far? Too close, it looks like. There's a wee bit of excess plastic there. I'm just able to trim away. Yeah, so far these are really good. They're better than the ones I've got. To be honest, the ones I've got are really cheap. They were just a $5 or so out of a local supermarket. And so I'm not surprised these ones are better quality, but then again, they are free, so I'm a wee bit surprised, but not surprised. And mines are really old as well. These are probably sharper because they're newer. So it probably just means I was really needing to get new ones. They also come to a nice finer point, which makes it easier to use them than mine. So yeah, that's quite good. So, definitely been worth my money so far, for the simple fact of the paints and these snips. And I suppose the paintbrush, it's always good to have more paintbrushes, they're also quite expensive. So yep, that's the first part chopped out. Let's get to the rest of it. I'm going to try and do this as fast as I can and as on camera as much as I can, but also as fast as I can. That bit needs cleaned. I'll try and get them all done out first and clean whatever needs cleaned. Anyone that is new to the hobby, I definitely recommend you don't do what I'm doing and you just cut them all out and then put them all together. I recommend you actually follow the instructions. Games Workshop do very good instructions these days. And I'd imagine these models, they look like they're snap fit. And they look like they're going to go together really easy, but some of the kits they do, especially the ones that have wires that connect the backpack to the gun, they can be pretty fiddly. So definitely watch out for that. There is a few kits out there that specific backpacks need to go with specific guns and stuff like that, so yeah. But these look like they're snap fit, they can only go together one way, and it looks like it's really simple to work out. Uh-oh. Yeah, found it. There we go. I thought I spent a head flying. I was going to say, well, GG. Good luck finding that. Something to be careful of as well. Trying to keep this on camera as much as I can by doing it fast. We're over halfway. Hopefully, if I do anything like this, after in a few months, I'd have more room and can set things up a wee bit simpler. One of the good things about this sort of weekly magazine is it goes with a starter set too. So if you do get the starter set, you've got extra models to go with the 2 armies you get, which will be quite good actually. It'll give you larger armies, because the set gives you enough models to play like a big battle, but one thing that is really needed with Warhammer is more models than you need, so that you can throw variety in there. You're not having the same battle over and over again, and you actually build, say, a list or whatever, instead of just like, oh, it's me going up against my friend's exact same army every time. I think did I just snip off a snap Fitbit? I think I did, to be honest. I think I'm actually meant to leave, see, because I'm not used to using these snap fit. I think I've been cutting off some snap Fitbits. Oopsie, oh well. It shouldn't be too hard to fix that off. You see, this is why you should be following the instructions and not just cutting them out with me if you're new. Because as I said, I've definitely cut off a couple of snap fit bits, which means I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. There we go. Oh my word, the music's getting worse. Just giving them a bit of a clean now. Oh, I'm not on camera, I thought I was. It's been gentle. I'm going around the areas. I'm just giving it a wee bit of a scrape. It smooths it out. If there is bad mold lines, it will help get rid of that too. But I'm doing really gentle and really softly to try and make sure I don't get any of the actual plastic. And it's hard to show on camera because it looks like it's still there. But if you actually touched it and felt it, it's like smooth, and when the paint goes over it, it should completely vanish. That's not quite smooth yet. There we go. I need to do the same up here. Scraping away the excess plastic. You can get a tool to do this. I've always felt the snips do it just fine. Just having that confidence, should know what you're doing and not going to break the model. And if you're too scared you're going to break the model, maybe you should just get the tool. Gently is just doing the same thing. Move it up to me so I can see it. So I need to be able to see it myself if I come down like this. I can get in front of these. It's gonna be all here all day if I do it for perfection. There we go. Yeah, here's what I'm on about here. See here on this arm? There's meant to be a snap fit bit there, like there is on this arm. So you see this little bit of plastic coming out there? That's a snap fit bit for an arm to, let's just say this arm. It's not the right arm, but that's probably not the right arm. Let's see if I can find the right one. I tried that one, I tried that one. Where's the third gun? Okay, it's definitely not that one, because that one goes into the body. Oh, but yeah, anyway. Hole in there. Bit of plastic explodes. Snap fit, goes on. You can see what I mean? But I've cut off the bit on the other side. So I'm just going to have to glue it the old-fashioned way. And hope I've got a large enough surface area to make it a simple job. Just trying to get rid of that bit of excess plastic now that should have still been there. There we go. Make it flush to make it easy to glue. For example here, this guy I can see, so that gun that had the point to go in. There we go. That puts my point together. Yeah, snap fit. Just goes together like that. And I've cut the bit off that makes it go together like that, which makes it... So I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Why am I cleaning the excess plastic off that bit? No one's ever going to see it. Just habit. There we go. Still feel a wee bit. I keep doing that, I'm doing it too high. And you can see a mold line on the camera too, which is you can't really see in real life. If I just go like that, that's clearing it up. Making it smooth so you can still see it when it's not painted, but when it's painted you won't see it because it's smooth now. Being a wee bit of a perfectionist now. There you go. So yeah, you can see it there where it's been scraped away, but by the time that's painted you won't see it. You know what? Let's add a wee bit of variety. We're just going to stick these guys down. Oop. Right, let's just put a wee bit on there. Pick up our first base. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a wee bit of a wiggle as well. And push it down then. Because the wee bit wiggle's quite good, because when you're gluing two surfaces together, just imagine this is surface 1, surface 2, you put a wee bit of glue on them, go like that, you're going to get air bubbles. And the air bubbles will weaken the joint, because that's two areas where it's not. Like say... I don't know the percentage of it, but say 50% of it is air bubble, you've got 50% less sticks, 50% chance more of it, well not 50% more chance, but 50% weaker joint, so easier to come away. But if you just go like, wiggle them like that and then press against it, that helps get rid of the air bubbles, giving you a much stronger joint. And that works for gluing anything together. Just a wee tip. Let's get the other two stuck down. Oh, I've got glue on my keyboard. How on earth was that leaking? I had to... Look, I'll show you the bottle. They're like this. You see that there? So you put it down on a surface. It holds it up so it shouldn't leak. But somehow mine's dead. I don't have anything I could... I probably should have had some... Yeah, I really should have had some not cotton wool, but toilet paper or something here. Oh well, too little too late, and I needed that, but I put it down. Let's put... Don't want too much. Just enough. Make sure it's not going to leak again. The easiest way to show you is to put it down here. Squeeze it in. Come on. In you go. Come on. Come on. Squeeze you in. Why you don't want to squeeze in? There we go. One side's in. Other side's in. Not much room to wiggle, but give it a wee bit of its wiggle room. Lovely. Let's do a third one. What I think might be really cool is if I do them. I think I'm just going to go to the left. Oh, I should be doing this. Put a wee bit extra on just to. Oh, no leaky. If I just do it to the level of the magazine, and then when the new ones come out that help you improve, do it to the level they show us, and then see what we come out with at the end. I think that'd be a really cool thing to do. Just like, only do the basics, and then with the starter set I might then go and, well, do that, so we can compare every week and see if at the end of it we come out with something like that. I mean, which I really need to finish this model. So yeah, we got them done. We got some backs. Does it matter which back goes on which one? Take a look at the backs. Are they all identical? I would imagine they're all identical because it's startery. Oh, they're not. I just dropped one on the floor. Oh, it's bright and it's blue. Why did I drop it on the floor? Oh, why did I drop it on the floor? I do not see it. I thought the blue would really help me see it. Let's see, let's get some more light down there. Come here, phone. Maybe is that there? I don't think it is. Is it amongst all of them? Aha, I think I see it. I think I see it. It definitely feels plastic. I can't look though. Yay! We got it! Right, so let's clean up the three backs. I don't think the only difference is this one's got an extra wee pouch gun on it. So I don't think it's really important which one goes in which. So let's put these up there now. And see if these need a clean anywhere. That one needs a wee bit of a clean there. It's taken longer to get through each of these. I thought, you know what, that's relatively clean. Probably should go for more speed, less perfection. Yeah, that's clean enough. Take my advice. Yeah, that's clean enough. The snips seem to be doing a really good job of getting it really nice and clean almost right from the get-go. In fact, I probably could glue this all together and you wouldn't even notice any excess plastic or anything. Probably just mold lines, maybe. And so I probably should just do that, because yeah, they're good snips. Right. Start with you. Put a wee bit of glue into each of the points. One of the really good things about these snap fits for new people too, I just realised I'm making a big mistake. The held heads they gave are on these little ball joint type thing. Well, not ball joints, but like little hold me things. So I'm thinking, does he need to squeeze in that head before we... I can't find the little holes now. Come on, little holes. definitely a little gap there. The head to go in. And now onto the holes. Maybe there is specific backpacks. I think maybe I should just look at the instructions. Or instructions for wimps. Oh wait. I thought I had it there. You know what, I could just cut that off and glue the heads on after. Because I find that rather annoying. See what I mean? There is like a little tiny hole there that the heads sort of sit in and you need to do it before. Sort of like that. Then once you've got that done, you just sort of slot them together. See what I mean? Which I'm starting to think there is specific backs, so I'm even struggling just doing that. Okay, so it's... let's try this one then. Just put a wee bit of new glue in here. I always want to try and use just enough glue. Just enough. Let's get that head sitting in there. Oh fudge! I dropped the head, but luckily I seen where it went. You know what, I think it would be simpler just to cut the heads off and put them on afterwards. Then I can position them the way I want. Because I've got no idea which way the guns are going to be held at the moment. And I always like the heads to be held at like a sort of cinematic angle. Like if he's firing, looking at what he's firing at. If he's standing, he's looking at something. It's a wee sight. But yeah, this is a wee bit fiddly. Probably because mainly I'm looking at the instructions. You know what? I'm going to do exactly what I said. Goodbye, Snapfit. Where's the other heads? F you, Snapfit. And... goodbye. Little tiny bits of plastic. And I'm now going to enjoy just putting the back on. One of the holes is in. Line up the holes. Are the holes different distances apart? No, the holes are the same distance apart in those ones. They are different distances apart. So there is specific ones to go together. Which is causing half my problems. Which is why you should be looking at the instructions. But I thought Snapfit should be really simple, really easy. Let's go for it. Famous last words. This one looks like it lines up. There we go, got it. Right, and because it's Snapfit, you can't really wiggle it. I'm going to leave the head till last, so I can position it whatever way I want. Yes, there we go. You can see there's supposed to be a bit of plastic for the other arm. Right. One down. Do yous go together? One of the really good things about Snapfit is you don't necessarily need glue. And that was quite tight. I'm not even actually going to put glue on that. I think that'll hold together nicely. Oh. Needs a wee bit extra pressure though. Squeeze it. Squeezing. I'm not 100% clean. Oh, I'm too high. I'm not 100% sure on that joint, but oh well. Feels nice and smooth. By the time it's painted, the base coat will probably cover that up. If not, you can always do a wee bit of green stuff in or something. And again, let's just do this without glue. Snap fit bits like that. I don't really need it, to be honest. There we go. See, that's how snap fit's supposed to be. Just go like squeeze, done. And so you can see there's the little hole where the head part should come through. But I don't, I'm just going to position them myself afterwards. Right. This is taking a lot longer than it should be just to do part 1. Thank God, what's taking me so long? Right, what should we do next? Probably do the arms next. Well, this is obviously the one that has the elbow already. Let's see, it goes on just like that. So let's do that. Come on. Can't see if there's glue coming out of that or not. I think I see a wee bit of wetness. It should actually. Glue. Definitely feel there's stuff in it. Come on. Did that take that long? It's clogged itself? Whoa. Is that just me or did the lights and everything just flicker? Let's try that again. There we go. I must have clogged. I waited that long. Felt the lid on that. I let it clog. I didn't realise it had been that long. Right, let's just drop that in. Hey Arno, gonna paint them or just cutting them to size? I'm not sure tonight. I've got my paintbrushes here and some. Da-dong, I've got my paintbrushes here, including the one we got free in the set. Ra-da-da-dong. So may paint tonight. It really depends. But if I do paint, I'm not going to be doing anything fancy. I'm just doing it literally to the instructions. I'm going to save the fancy stuff for the bigger guys like this. Right. Let's see now. See, this one I've cut the point off, so that's going to be hard. I may look at the instructions because I think he's meant to have it held a certain way, something like that. If that's his gun. Because I've cut his little... What is it with me and dropping parts? Ugh. No reason to say sorry over stuff like that, Arno. No reason at all. So let's work out which arm for which dude. Right. We should be doing this on screen. The power of snap fit. I do not see how that goes onto that, so let's try. See, the thing is with these snap fits, they often go on at a weird angle. And then just look right once they get close. I don't feel any way for this to go. Oh, there we go. And it's a wee twist. There we go. So that is his arm. And he's got it raised up. So it twists on. Like that. I nearly dropped it. Right. This is the female piece, so we'll put the glue on that. There we go. Make sure it's not going to leak again. Right, it was a twist on, wasn't it? There we go. Are you planning for a certain look or the unit, or just doing... These, they just fit one way. They're snap fit models, so without doing something, without cutting bits that aren't designed to be cut and re-putting them together, you ain't going to be getting them. You can see it there, the three models in the middle. They're meant to snap fit together in that sort of way. So actually I should be looking at this probably. But I've already cut parts that aren't meant to be cut. Each of the heads, you'll see there's a wee hole. You're meant to put the heads on at the same time as the back body. I just was like, nah, I'm not doing that. And I've just cut that bit off. Yeah, these are one gun. You only get 3 guns in the pack. It's not really a pack that's designed to be customizable. It's more of a tutorial and getting your first armies set up kind of pack. And Intercessors is weird as well. They're not like the old Space Marines where they all had their own sort of customizable weapon options. They seem to all come with a one gun. So here's the guy. Now I've cut the bit off for this so I can position it whatever way I want. But how do I think it was meant to go on? I think like that. So I'm going to glue it on like that. But instead of putting the glue in the hole, I'm going to have to put it around. And I'm probably going to have to hold this for quite a bit because I was an update and cut the bit off that you're not meant to cut off. So let me just see now. Let's just hold it. Oh. There we go. Oh wait, there we go. That looks about right. I'm just going to have to... Ah, no, don't move! I'll give it a wee bit of a wiggle as well to get rid of air bubbles. Right now! There we go. If I hold it like that. Let's just hold it like this for like a minute. So that's another thing that's beautiful about the snap fits that's good for new people. You just glue it, put it together, and the snap little pin will hold it together whilst it dries. I thought we were easily going to have time to get through all the first 6 issues of this magazine tonight, but I really don't think we're going to have time to get through all the first 6. Expected me to be an experienced cutter of bits. Yeah. It's I'm not used to snap fit models, to be honest, because you only really get them in the starter sets and all that. And I just completely threw the instructions away without looking at it, and I just started cutting. And I was like, wait a minute, that's not... I don't have a sprue to hand to show you what I mean. Is this gonna hold? Yeah, it's gonna hold now. I'll give you as a glimpse at issue 2. You can just see it on the camera down here. Uh-oh. Open issue 2. Just for now. Pull this out. Put that in there. But if you take a look at the sprue, now, which is a paintbrush. Where are we? There. See that bit of plastic there? That's just to hold the basically the model to the sprue. That bit there is actually needed because it's snap fit. I'll be cutting that off anyway because I don't want that bit. As I said, the same with the heads on these guys. I don't like it just sitting there. It's too fiddly. I'd rather just glue it on separately after. But yeah, that bit is not meant to be cut off. But I thought it was just more the bit holding it to it, and I cut it off without even noticing, forgetting it was snap fit models I was cutting out. Because I was going for as close to the model as possible for getting their snap fits. They've got the wee pins, and I wasn't looking for the wee pin. Let's put that there. I think now that that's them all done. You're going to be last. Right, is the hand... Ah, you can see there's already a hand there. So this must be the other arm. And look, I did it here as well. The wee pin's gone. So you bought a starter kit. It's not a starter kit, it's the new magazine thing that they're doing. Warhammer Conquest. It's a magazine that I'm trying. I've got the first 6 issues sitting here beside me. And basically it's a weekly magazine that every week you get some models. The first issue you get a paintbrush, these snips, these free paints, and then these free intercessors I'm working on at the moment. And then it gives you a real quick like instructions, how to cut them out, safety when cutting them out, how to build them. It basically just, and then basic how to paint them. But it's not advanced how to paint yet, it just literally is basic painting to start off with. And then every week it gives you some more models, and every week it gives you some more paints. And then by the end of the magazine, you should be painting great models because it's giving you more paints and more tutorials, and you go back and redo stuff to the old ones. So you'll have the end unit you can be using in the game. You'll have 2... By the end of the magazine, you'll have 2 whole armies and a ton of scenery to use. Not just a unit. It is every week you get like issue 1, free intercessors. Issue 2, free plague marines, another paint and some dice. Issue 2. Issue 3, another free models and another paint. Issue 4 is 6 models and a paint. And then so on and so on and so on until you've got 2 armies, tons of scenery, and yada yada yada. And also, as well as teaching you how to build and paint the models, there is dice. In issue number 2 there was dice. Let's see if I get issue 2 back out. See? Dice up here. Dice. You only get 6, so I hope you get more in later issues. But, yep. Yeah, actually, to show you issue 2, I should have just looked at the back of the magazine. It's like, issue 2, you will get some more units, some dice, a new paint. Yeah, 6 dice is not enough. Yeah, that's what I was saying. 6, hopefully we'll get more eventually. Right. You always see people roll like 20. Yeah, I've noticed that the newer Warhammer, they don't roll as many. But you will get those absurd moments where you've got like something in close combat, like a huge unit of Hormagaunts fighting a huge unit of Orcs, and both players pick up like a bucket of dicks. Pick up a bucket of dicks? Pick up a bucket of dice and literally like... But yeah. There's still situations like that, but I feel it's not as much as the old game. I find it's normally 5 to 10 dice you normally roll in a time, on average, in your modern games of Warhammer. But yeah, back in the day, definitely you used to see like Eldar were really bad for it as well in their shooting phase, like some of their buffs, multiple shooting, and Imperial Guard with those big, huge like 80-man blob units, just like bucket of dice. Right. So we can see here, that's going to have to go there like so. And that's not going to be too bad. And I shouldn't have to hold it for as long as the other bit. Wonder why they gave such big dice. The dice actually looked average sized in there to me. Oh, there's a pin bit there. Did I cut that off? I don't think I did. So that's going to save me a lot of time. Can I just... Right, let's see. Can we get this pin bit to go in? There we go. I got it to go in. There we go. Snap fit. I don't even need to hold it. Suppose we're at it, let's glue this guy's backpack on. Just a pin again. A wee bit of glue around the pin. Turn him around so you can see. Insert the pin into the hole. And is that in enough? Can't see in the light. Yep. I don't think it is. Squeeze it a wee bit. There we go. Ah, felt it go in there. There we go. Lovely. Now, I cut the heads off the bits. No, I don't need to learn how to paint. I mainly got this magazine because it is, at least for now, saving me a lot of money. Because, for example, there's something I'm in the middle of painting at the moment, which is obviously there's better out there, but I'm not an amateur either. I'm not quite at the stage where I can completely toot my own horn and say, like, I'm absolutely amazing, but I'm not an amateur. I'm in the middle of painting that. And there's another thing I'm actually painted. That's really, this one here is actually really simple. Anyone should be able to paint like that model there. It's just literally you need to know how. And to be honest, there's one paint that literally just released that is really a cheat that anyone would be able to paint this. That model took about 5 minutes to paint. The base took a wee bit longer, but the model itself, actual time spent painting. But these guys, I'm just going to be painting to the level it does, just to see how far it takes you, kind of thing. And who knows, I might learn a new tip or two, too. Right, that guy is got no helmet on, so I'm guessing he's meant to be a sergeant, so I'm not going to use that ahead. Because this guy looks like your average Joe. Stick a wee bit of glue to the... Wait a minute, have I got the right side? Yeah, I do. For a second there, I thought I had his... scalp sort of section, and so now I can position the head whatever way I want instead of the way it was going to dictate, which I'm going to have it towards looking this way, so it looks like he's leaning forward and preparing to shoot. What you tried 20 years ago to paint and not a success, to be honest, it's not far off being 20 years ago I started to paint, with obviously there's gaps in it. Like, I've not been painting solidly for those 20 years. And painting miniatures is something that I was terrible at for at least 10 years. At least 10 years, I was absolutely terrible. Then I decided I was just going to watch a couple of YouTube videos. I was going to start researching some techniques. And literally, overnight, you can become a much better painter. If you just learn how to do a dry brush and a wash, you can have a half-decent model for any army, really, especially armies like Necrons. Like an army like Necrons, base coat it, dry brush, wash, you've got a fantastic looking model. And dry brushing and washing is not exactly the hardest thing to do. Like a dry brush, you're literally doing that. You're like, over the whole section you want dry brush. There's no fine little detail painting, there's nothing like that. It's just literally... spam it, whack it everywhere. Yes, you can find those techniques online. And a wash is even simpler. Just literally just bung it on there. Make sure it's not pulling in too many areas. And the paint does it for you. Just yes, that's that guy built. Put him to the side. Let's get these two done now. The pointing guy. Right, and this guy's going to be I've cut the pins off, so normally it'd be dictated who is who. I'm going to have the guy with the gun aiming at the air as the pointing, which I think is the one that's meant to be. And he's going to be the sergeant one. Then this is going to be the guy looking at the scanner. So let's start off with Mr. McScanner. And again, because we've cut off the pin, because we're scrubs, we'll just put the glue around the hole. Around the hole. And let's just try and get it so I can hold that and look, use the camera to see if it's holding the right bit. Right, yeah, that looks a bit right. But yeah, just the best advice I could give you if you want to try and learn to paint is decide what you want to paint first. And definitely doing something like a simpler army to paint like Necrons is a good starting point, especially if you don't have a lot of patience, because a lot of it is going to be patience. Like, base coats are a pain in the ass. Painting a model of 10 men is really easy once you've got the base coats done. What was it? It's just getting through that base coat. I painted 5 models about 2 or 3 days ago, and it took about 2 hours to get through them all. And what was it? I'd already done the base, and I'd already done the undercoat, and so I was just starting off straight from the base coat. The base coat on the 5 models took about an hour and a half, and it was just the last half hour I was just doing a few fine detail things, a wash and a dry brush. And then obviously the wash take quite a while to dry, but I mean in time I actually spent doing it. Right, is that long enough? Is that going to hold? That is going to hold. Right, now where's the other one with the helmet? There, this is, I've got it here. And we're going to have position his head to aim, looking at the scanner, so he's looking at it. So let's just plop that there, and now I can move it around. Having the camera is actually quite useful. I can see it from multiple angles at once. That looks like it's lining up for the scanner. Just down a wee bit. Down a wee bit more. Lining up, right? Yeah. Well, it looks like he's just about to look at the scanner, like bringing it to his face. There we go. Now we'll give him his backpack, which turn him around. I'm going to put the glue in the hole. There we go. Try and not touch the head. Come on. Come on, Mr. Fiddles. Uh-oh. This is why you should wait for stuff to dry before you try and continue on. Yeah, it's not in right yet. But I felt the arm move. Come on. And now I'm moving the head. I can feel that too. There we go. That's it, finally. And I actually don't think I need to reposition anything there. That still all looks fine. So that's the 2 done. And you know what? I don't think I'm going to paint at all tonight. I think I'm just going to... Because it's taken far longer. We're already an hour in. We're still on issue 1. So I think tonight we're just going to build our way through issue 1 to... Well, 1 to as far as we get. And just chat and chill. You know what? We're going to put the backpack on first to this guy. Because that was the bit that was... caused the most hassle last time. And I nearly need to reposition stuff afterwards. I can't see, my fingers are in my light. Come on. Come on, wiggle, wiggle. Squeeze, wiggle, wiggle. Is he carrying a spare helmet? Oh, so he is. Oh, damn it. I just realised something. This must have been the guy that was meant to be pointing. And he's meant to be Sergeant because his helmet's there. And no need to worry about needing to be off soon. But yeah, look, see, another reason why you should probably follow the instructions. Spare helmet, meant for this guy without the helmet. Herpy McDerp. Oh well, too little, too late now. You know what? Is that head dry? I don't think the head is dry. Oh! Yep. Put that down. Is that head dry? Oh my. Yeah, I'm switching heads. We got the head off. Only Yukio could come in, as I say, is that head dry? Yes. Right. So now let's put this head on. It's a KO. Yes, it is a KO. Yeah, the right side. This on screen, is it not? There's a wee bit too much glue on that. Right, let's pop that head on. Need to... How does that look? Not quite right, the angle. Not quite. There we go. There we go. And there we go. We got on the right one this time, because spare helmet for the guy without the helmet. So there we go. That's those two done. So let's get this arm done. So now the pointing guy is no longer the sergeant. Let's see if I can get this somewhere I can hold it right. That's pointing too high. The other head looked better, you think? Yeah, but it didn't make sense that you had the spare helmet. Just move it there. Just something. I think that looks quite good, to be honest. I think I prefer. It looks like he's more looking at the scanner. Oh well. Right. At least I'm not going to cut the pins off the next load. So it should be a wee bit faster. I won't have to hold any like this. Then we'll stick the head on this guy, then we'll get onto the second one. Is that going to be dry enough? No, it's not going to be dry enough to stand on its own. Is that even? Yeah, it is right. Yeah, a wee bit of a wiggle. So I don't think that is sitting right. Let's see if it's going to sell. Right, thanks for being here, Kale, and thanks a lot for the raids. So actually, if I can, with one hand, yeah. I'm gonna take that off and just hold it like that. That's still a bit too high. I don't like it. There we go. Hey, the shadow didn't work. I thought I had the bot on. Huh. The bot appears to have broken again. Because it's definitely on. There's not much I can do about that now. Right. Especially with only one hand. I've wasted enough time so far this stream already. Right. There we go. Let's put some glue here. Yeah, it would be helpful if Raven just did it. But I don't know where Raven's got to. I think I hear her talking. I think she's in a call of some sorts. Yeah. Trying to get this to line up. No, sit properly. There we go, I think that looks quite good. A bit too much tilt to the head actually. What's that? There we go. Look, brothers! Over there! But yeah, that's the first week. That's the first week's issue. Let's get open and crack open. Well, I've already cracked open issue 2 now to talk and point stuff out, but let's take a quick look at issue 2. Where am I going to stick these for safety? I think up here. Actually, I'll end up knocking them over later. I'll put them over here beside the paintbrushes. And I'll move these back down. Just to look cool. As we're talking about... issue number 2. So yeah, so go over this bit in a second. But first, let's take a look at the books. Now I'm not taking a look at these at all. And again, you get 2. So let's see what they are. Go away, plastic. You sit there for now. Let's take a look at this one first, because this feels like cards. What is this? What is this? Oh! Oh! Do they need long to dry? To be honest, it depends on the joint. I think they would be workable dry in about 10 minutes, I'd say. They'd be workable dry if you were really wanting to push it and start putting paint or something on them. But if you were going to want to give them the proper amount of time to dry, I'd leave them overnight or at least a good 4 hours to make sure it's properly dried and set in if you're wanting to do it properly. But to be honest, I don't know anyone that really does, at least not to my knowledge. But yes, in issue 2, you get this cardboard sort of, I want to say matte, but it's more like just a basic thing to play your first couple of games on, because you're going to have the start of a different unit for a different army in the second one. So yes, I don't know if you can see, and then there is some scenery on the other side one as well, just to like, it's meant to block line of sight and teach you rules that way too. So let's fold this away. So that comes in issue 2 as well. Which, it's just a little nicety really, it's not going to make or break anything. But issue 2, and I noticed at one point if you choose the premium you get a ring binder. They've all got these wee circles. You can see my finger there, it's the best way to show it. To put them all in, on the back it gives you a sneak peek of what you get in issue 3 and 4. Which in issue 4 you're getting a new paint again. Which I don't think you're getting one in issue 3. Oh, you are getting one in issue 3. So... right, this is going in from... right, Arno, see you next time. This is going in instead of from the Imperium sort of perspective, teaching you some basic lore from the sort of Plague Marines perspective. Again, it's got your instructions on how to snip them out. And how to put them together, which I'm going to completely ignore once again. And you've got the one new paint, and it's showing you how to paint them again, but not to a super standard like before. It's just basic paint, basically base coating. And then at the end they should sort of look like that. So again, just basic base coating. Then if you look at the other side, you're actually meant to cut out some of that cardboard thing I showed you. And it gives you some tape measure, equivalent of tape measures for your first couple of games. So again, yeah. Ah, look, and see, it's even giving you some scenarios like, this is how you play. This is we're gonna move, we're gonna roll to shoot and stuff like that. That's quite cool. And just basic rules, teaching you the most basic rules of the game. And then at the end it's got some, oh, that wanted to come away. Some extra rules. That's one thing I'm noticing, they don't seem to want to stick together. The sort of glue they use to bind these is a wee bit crap. So getting that ring binder is going to be quite important to get that ring binder, so it holds it all together. Because at the moment, that glue is not going to last. You can already see that back page was wanting to come away, and that's we literally just opened this. So, is there anyone in chat that wants me to then? Well, I'll show you what's inside set 2 here. First of all, like this bit, I'm guessing this is the bit a lot of people are excited over. Move these back up here. Do people want me to go through and do like an unboxing of the other parts for the rest of tonight's stream? Or do you want me to build these models now from... So do you want more building or more unboxing? She appears late. See, there's a little sticker thing holding the plastic box shut. Throw that away. And we'll take that off. And I'm not going to throw this away again because that's actually going to be quite handy. I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3. Keep things together a wee bit safer. And I'm going to stick that over there. And now we can see inside here. This is already paid for itself basically with that. This magazine cost only a little bit more than this paint would have on its own. So again, paid for itself already, plus the models, plus the tutorials, plus the little gaming board. You're getting good value for money so far, at least anyway. So there we go, this has got 4 paints out of it. We've got another sprue, which actually that was really snug, which is another 3 models. And these are some Plague Marines. These are some of the bad guys. So yeah. Stick that back in there so I don't lose it. And the dice, they're actually relatively small. Let's have a wee roll. I love the... Can you hear that? I love the sound of dice rolling. Oh, nice roll. 1, 6, 2, 6, 3 6s, a 5, a 3, and a 1. If that was a 5+ roll, I'd be laughing my head off. If it was a 3+ roll, I'd be pretty happy. I'd be pretty happy with that roll, no matter what, really. Especially if it was one of those ones that were like 6s do immortal wounds or crits or extra damage, or which Warhammer seems to have a lot of stuff like that nowadays. So that'd have been a really good roll. Why am I sitting talking about the roll? Of course that was a good roll. Anyway. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to do more unboxing. Because I think that's more... It's going to be more variety. Because we've built models for a while now. And yeah, and then you just get the 3 bases for them. It does leave me one little problem though. I nicked that for this. So I'm going to have to take those 3 dudes back out of there. Sorry dudes! Stick these there. So I can put this back on here to keep this safe. I stuck it on upside down, but the paint's no longer there, so it's no big deal. Right, so let's take a look now at issue number 3. So, up to the full price now, it's $7.99. Whereas the first one was really cheap, the second one was cheap. And then every 4th edition you get free as long as you subscribe, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember off the top of my head, so I wouldn't quote me on that. So it's getting to the point where you're going to need to make the most out of it for it to be cost effective. Because again, I'm only getting 1 paint, that's half the cost. But then by the time you add the other models, then I suppose you're getting your full money's worth still. And because there's no, the 1st edition, definitely well worth it. Paintbrush, snips, free paints, all for like £2. Yeah, definitely. Everyone in the world should buy the issue number 1. But diminishing returns is definitely sitting by issue 3. And I have no idea if the whole set would be worthwhile. And just make enough, you'd save enough money to make it worthwhile. Why am I still rambling? I've not even opened it up. Are we still getting 2 books? Oh no, now we're down to the 1 book, so no extra wee goodie like the board, which wasn't that great. The poster was really nice in the 1st edition, the first one. So let's pop them there for now. Just take a quick look at this little magazine. Again, sneak peek at issue 3 and 4. I mean 4 and 5. And we're back to the Space Marine side. It's giving you, oh that's nice, some nice lure on the Reavers. So instead of being from a Space Marine only perspective, it's now from the models you're getting sort of perspective. Showing you like what their war gear is. Some information about factions you don't get now, so they're starting to branch out and expand your knowledge of the universe as a whole. Showing you them in some nice scenery there, and then back to the holding your hand through creating your armies, where it's like showing you the snipping them out, making sure you've got the instructions here, safety and all that, and how to put them together. So you're getting 3 Reavers in this. And then it's got the paints we're going to be using for them. And then it's got showing you all the stuff, taking you through painting them. And this is cool. This is what I was on about before. Remember how I told you it's going to take you back and it's going to go, remember your old models? Do this to your old model. Now you've done it on your new ones. Go back and do it to your old models. Look, your models from issue 1, you now have a new paint to go back and give them more detail. And your models from issue 2, same again. This is what I mean by like, you're going to be upskilling. It's taking your hand, and every week you should be getting slightly more skills, slightly more advanced in the models you're painting and the techniques you're using and the amount of paints you're using, even just. Add more details, more paints, more techniques. And look, it's giving you some more rules over on this side. Blade to blade, so it's introducing close combats. It's updating the rules from last time to make them more closer to the full game. It's giving you a charging tutorial, like charging to close combat, Overwatch. So yeah, it's building you up and giving you more and more rules to play on what you've already given you. So again, building you up more and more. And look, again, at the back, it's got what they call the replay, which is where they go, right, you've done it once, now I want you to do it again with just a couple of extra rules. So this is adding rules for the Power Fist. So it's basically adding rules for weapons. So before that, I take it it's not got any weapons, it's just 3 dudes on 3 dudes, not taking their weapons into account. Now it's like, do it again, but now this model's going to have a Power Fist, that model's going to have a knife, and this one's going to have that type of knife, a different type of knife. And it just, every time you're playing, it's like slightly upskilling you, so that it should never be out of your reach. Which is really good for new people. But that's the book. Let's pop that down there. Let's open this up. I suppose since we're not actually building any models, we're going to move this guy back here. Back there. I really should finish off him. Yeah. Right. So I dropped the pieces. but no one's that interested in the bases. Again, sprue with the free Reaver models. Pretty much what you've seen before. The free bases, and another new paint, which is one I've already got. Again, lead belcher, but it's worth it for the paint for me just to have spares, because especially a paint like lead belcher, you almost, I'd say about 80% of the models I paint use lead belcher at some point or another. It is the base of almost all metals, apart from gold. You can do a gold starting with lead belcher, but it depends on what you're trying to do. And where did those bases go? I see two of them. You know what? Screw it, I'll get them after stream. I've been reaching down and grabbing enough stuff I've dropped. So let's move on to the next issue now. We're probably going to have just enough time to go over the rest of the issues. Issue number 4. We're going back to Nurgle. Let's have a look again. Get the book out.
It's ready for enough. Get your money out. Throw away the plastic. It came back and hit me.
Right. Put that there for now. And I'm guessing this is going to be more of the same. Lovely on the front. Gives you a quick rundown of the models you're going to get there in the picture. And if you look on the back, it shows you issue 5 and 6, what you're getting. Is a wee sneak peek and what's coming up in your next weekly installments. If we open it up, yep, again, the unit you're getting, the information on them, and some information on Plague Marines in general in the army. And then really fast this time, it went straight into the snip them out, keeping your fingers safe, safety information. The how to build them, same as before. And now it's like 6 paints, it's time to use 6 paints. And then it takes you through again, painting all the models. And here again, look, this is what I like to see. Going back to week 1 and paint your Space Marines now with skin. You know that? And the Reavers and the Sergeant, they've got skin. So week 1 and 3, they need their skin painted. And paint the fleshy parts on the Plague Marines. So again, going back, adding more detail to those models. And then, now it's introducing squad warfare. Ah, so it wasn't a thing before now. So again, it's making it closer to the real thing. That's quite good. Just more rules, it's the same as before. Upskilling you. Yep. That's the book. Go away, plastic. Now where did that... Ah, here we are. The big change this week is you're getting 6 models. Because the models are slightly smaller, they're nowhere near as bulky. Because up till now you've basically been getting Space Marines, every single one. Whereas now you're basically going to get sort of poxwalkers, sort of like mutant zombie things. And you're getting 6 of them in the... 6 of them. You can see they're mainly one part as well, if I turn it around. You see they're mainly one part. 1 or 2 parts. Well, 2 or 3 parts to each. I think there's just 2 actually. Then you got the 6 spaces. They're smaller for the first time. They're the little ones for little infantry. And another new paint. What is this one? Bugman's Glow. A really good base paint. Great for flesh. So let's pop them away. And we'll take a look at issue number 5. That's issue 6, I want 5. So far, this one looks like it's going to be the least value out of them all so far. This one I suppose then you're getting a lieutenant, and they normally are more expensive. But actually, for physical, what you get physically, it's probably the least value pack one yet. But you are getting one model that if you were just to go into the store to buy would be more expensive, because there is a lot of parts for one model. It is a lot of more fine detail. And is it still snap fit? You know what, let's open it up and I'll be able to show you a bit better. And since we're talking about it from the get-go, I'm going to have to be careful with this base because it's not got a thing to hold it in. We'll talk about the model first this time. Oh, bye plastic. Raymond's going to kill me after stream. One model. The sprue is about half the size as the other ones, but is all for one model. You can see you've actually got head options now. So it's introducing you to options. You've actually got the shoulder pads. So it's sort of halfway between snap fit and normal. And look, there's no hole in the base for like the snap fit. So it is literally halfway between snap fit and normal fit. He's on a bigger base because he's a character. He's a hero, so to speak. And so yes, he would probably cost you. You are probably still saving money buying this pack, because I'm guessing a lieutenant model from just straight up from the shop costs you about £10 unless you're going to a third-party retailer and your friend at a local gaming store that has a discount. You can sometimes get about 25% off, and they'll probably level out the cost of this to that. But again, you're getting more stuff with this, like the tutorials and stuff. So if you really, this pack, if you don't need the tutorials, you almost as well skipping this and just buying the lieutenant on your own. This is the first one that is questionable of value, so to speak, to me anyway. Just on the top, on the surface, off the top of my head, because again, I might be talking about backside. These guys might be really expensive. I've not looked at it recently. But yes, let's just show you the cover of the book now. You see it's just got the lieutenant there. And if I put that down there so I don't lose it, and then we'll put this back in that box so I don't lose it. Let's take a look at it. And oh, I've never noticed that before. It's my first time noticing it. It's got like a wee context space. In this issue, you will see about Lieutenant's heroes. He's got a special name, Lieutenant Callus. His power weapon, Nova Phalum, how to build castles, how to paint, heroic combat. So it's introducing you to heroes and their way and influence in the game. So it's got some Primaris Lieutenant Colossus. So it's got a blurb. This is actually a named character, but it uses the generic rules. So he's got a backlog. He's actually a person in the universe, but he's nothing special. He's not like a named character in the game that has extra rules or anything like that. They've just given him a name and some blurb to make him more interesting to the new people, and just sort of get them like, this is my Lieutenant Callus. Oh no, you killed Lieutenant Callus. You know what I mean? It's just, it makes it a wee bit more interesting for them. And then, let's see, it's going over here, introducing you to power weapons. More information on power weapons. Nova Phalum. It's actually talking about a battle between orcs and space marines, which must be where this guy's lure comes from. What made him famous or whatever, I don't know. That's interesting that it wasn't actually against the Plague Marines. Then obviously the same as always before, the snip out stuff, keep safe. Then the painting, you're not using any extra paints, it just goes over the paint guide for him. I doubt it's going to go back and give you any advanced. Yeah, you see, so there, that's what you're going to get at the end. You're not going to be quite as advanced paint as the one on the front, but hopefully that'll come towards the end. So that's issue number 5. Issue number 6. This has got the exact same problem as the last one when it comes to price wise, But if you subscribe, you get every 4th one free, which I forgot to mention on the last one as well. I think again. So let's take it away. Nosy in here. So just like issue number 2, you're getting 3 more Plague Marines to go in that Plague Marine unit, which will take your Plague Marine unit from 3 to 6 men. You'll have a 6-man Plague Marine unit. Now, I don't know if these are the exact same models. I don't think they are. I think they are different. I've not had a real chance to look at them. So that will give you some variety, and it's doubling the number of Plague Marines you've got. Then you're getting the free, they look like they're snap fit, just like the original Plague Marines, and you've got the back to these sort of snap fit bases. I'm gonna put them in my box so I don't lose them. Plastic. Away! The Tainted Suns, Death Guard on Nation, your biggest battle yet. So yeah, this one's all talking about your biggest battle yet. That's the main selling point of this one. It's like, ha! Now the 2 armies are even bigger again. They've got 3 weeks of worth of models and that on the next. Oh, let's go to the... Oh, issue number 7. Oh, it gives you 2! Oh, issue number 7 is going to be well worth the money. Issue number 7 is going to be 1. I recommend everyone gets again. Because this is what I was talking about earlier on, about how to make your models look a lot better, and one of the things was washes, and it doesn't just give you 1 wash, it gives you 2 washes. Issue number 7. You can see it down there. You can't really. I'll try and move. Try and not get glare. Wrong way. Hard to really see. But yeah, drastically improves your model just putting a wash on it. But again, no paints this week, so again, questionable value. The ones with paints are the ones that seem to be the ones that are good value. The Tainted Suns, going on to information about the Death Guard and how they're organised. And then, yep, they're still giving you the safety. Make sure you don't cut yourself. And then, now is it going to give you the full painting guide? How to build them again? Yep, the how to build them. Is it going to give you the full? And now that is one thing I was interested to see, because we've already got models from this unit. I was interested to see if it was going to give you the full painting guide again, and it does. It gives you the full painting guide again, so even if you missed out on the other editions, you just need to pick up the paints. The full guide for that unit is in there, up to this point. And then you've got your biggest battle yet, it describes. And it's got unit coherency, more stuff going on, adding more rules, using all the models you've got up to this point in time. Stop the poxwalkers. They seem to have little scenarios now. Oh, and issue number 8 looks like it's going to be cool too, because it's adding another hero. I didn't show you issue number 8. It's going to add a Primaris Librarian, a new hero model for the Special Marines. We don't have a hero for the Plague Marines yet. I suppose the Plague Marine heroes are going to be powerhouses. They'll be like the big guys. And, yes, I suppose. That's going to be really cool. So that's the first. That's all the issues I've got right now. That's all the ones that are out, I think, till now. Issues 1 to 6. We've still got 15 minutes left. So these guys should be dry enough now. We could try out that paintbrush that we got with issue number 1. And let's see what if I find my issue number 1, which is buried under all the other issues now, because I want to do it to what they say. So we could just try out that paintbrush, see how it is compared to my current ones. It's a general Citadel starter brush. I don't think I've ever used a starter brush. Well, that's a wee bit annoying. I just took the thing off it. Can you see that? The bristles there? It's a wee bit further away, the focus there. I just took the plastic thing off it for the first time. And let's see if they bend back together. Not trying to be suggestive here. And I realise this may be a wee bit creepy. That's generally what I do, like a wee bit. Oh, I'm gonna get a wee bit wet. Oh, just look at it. There's not been paint on it, it's clean. And it's still not really going back together. That is actually really disappointing. I could try holding it for a wee bit longer. But in my eyes, that brush is basically already... Oh well. Because if you're putting paint on that, that's going to come off and, like, for example, just pretend we're painting this model here. You're coming in here, you're like, gonna get a wee bit fine detail in there. Oh no, look! That wee pointy out bit's painting the arm, we didn't want to paint there. To me, that's already, that brush is gone. Worthless. But okay, we're looking at it, see if I can get it to return to the right shape. I suppose you could just cut those bristles off, but normally when you start cutting bristles off, that weakens it because it's sort of holding them all together in like a firm grip. Trying to twist it as well. Lick and twist. Nearly got it back. And see, yeah, it's not bad now. I'll get it back. So it probably would go back. It's just... Let's just see now. Actually, if I can use the camera. See, I don't have it in the camera. I hate those plastic kings. Hey, Sudden Warrior! Welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's a wee bit disappointed about that paintbrush. Just gonna hold the bristles together like so. Can you see it? No, you can't see it like there. I'm just holding them so they're all in the right thing. And then just squeeze them all in to get it back in the plastic thing. Without any more like it was. That's disappointing about that brush being like that the second I bought it, but I'm just gonna go to my brush now. What is the standard brush I use? Does it even say? It's a large brush. I use the Citadel large brush as my main go-to brush. And look, this brush is far older, been used a lot more. Do you see any of those little bristles going off the place? I like the large brush as a good basic brush. And if I'm doing fine detail, I just like use the tip and it gets in there quite good. But I do have a fine detail brush through there. And I do have an even bigger brush. And I've got my dry brush here too. Rah, dry brush is huge. Rah. But yes, let's move these back. Let's see if we can find issue number 1 at the bottom of my pile down here. Is this issue number 1? It is! We got it first try. Let's go to the painting bit and we'll paint it the way it says to paint it. Wait, this isn't issue number 1. This is the poster for issue number 1. Right. There we go. The real issue number 1, not the poster. Right, I'm going to put this up here for me to read, not really for you to see. Actually, that's not going to really work. I'm just going to have to keep holding it. Right, hold your brush, paint. Yep. Okay, it says to shape. So first, it's basically just saying cover the model and. Oh, it's already got the blue on it. Dirt. So it's not saying to base coat at all. It's just saying to. It's just saying to go straight into the black. Okay, so a bad and black, here we come. I'll put that down there then. A bad and black. Put these to the back. Always want to give your paints a good shake. It does actually recommend you give it a shake in there, which I was glad to see. I've already got my water there. Especially metallics as well. If you ever paint with a metallic paint, you'll often notice that there's like a line. I'll do it on here. There'll be a line about halfway down here, and off the top of my head, actually we've got a metallic here. Can we see if it's done it? Right. Well, you can't see it on this one really, but you can see it's starting to happen. You'll notice the bottom looks slightly different than the top. Color-wise, when you shake that tons, hopefully that'll go away. Right, it needs shaking more, but you can see here if I move it up now, it now looks more like the right color, and it looks more solid. You can see it there. There's a big line out there. But it needs to be mixed more. Just shake it. You need to shake metallics a lot. Yeah, bad and black. There's this wee bit of plastic at the back as well. Boop. That, well, the first time you open it, we'll keep it up. Right. Plop it like that. Now, you will often see people say like, you should have... I can't even remember, but the things you mix your paints on to thin them, this, that, and the next thing. And something that you see the dunking on the actual Warhammer themselves tutorials, saying like, oh, you have the palette, that's it. And you twist and pull the brush like that on the palette and the paint on that. Like, you don't need the palette. I'll show you how I do it. Right, I'm just going to get a wee bit of water on my brush. This bit up here, the back, that's where you take your paint from. Just want a wee bit. I've got the water on it already to thin it a wee bit. And I'm just going to do the same thing like I would on a palette, on the lip of it here. So you're twisting it so that this brush was already really good. All the bristles were in one solid chunk. But I'm just doing that there, because this brush didn't really need it, but it keeps it relatively thin and stuff. But at the moment, I just want to get the areas that are black. And this is a base coat, so it should go over it in one. But, especially with me watering it down that wee bit, it might need multiple thin coats. It looks like this is going to need the multiple thin coats. This plastic feels weird too. I'm not used to the colour plastic. I want to make that a wee bit thicker actually, because I'm feeling a wee bit lazy. Just doing what I said before. Oh, did I do that off camera? The thing I did, I think I did it off camera. Right, I'll show you what I mean again. Right, I had a wee bit of water on the brush, and I went in here to pick up the paint, and then you twist it and thing you just on the lip there like that. So you're controlling the amount of paint on your brush by doing that, instead of just having the big dollop from up there. Plus you're making sure all the bristles come to a nice fine point. And after that, you just want to make sure your hands are steady. There we go. That went over it in one nice, like, little go. Trying to keep my hands steady and keep them on screen though is the hard thing. You really want to use as big a brush as you feel competent and confident in using, because the bigger the brush, the more time you will save. But also, the bigger the brush, the harder it is to pick out anything. I can already see those bristles are coming apart a wee bit. Just gonna twist and pull, like I said, on the edge of the pot. sure I'm getting any wee spots that are meant to be black underneath. Again, it's starting to, this brush must be starting to age, it's not one to stay at a point. These wee vent things in here. And again, I'm just going around. If I looked at the instructions, it does show me all the wee points that are meant to be black. So I'm just trying to just have a go. Happy days there. And see a wee bit there, it's meant to be black. Just get sure it's fine. Probably should be putting more water on my brush to dilute it a wee bit, but there's a wee bit much paint. Hard though to see in there, but I'm just going to do it that wee bit black anyway. And same there. Where the plates don't quite overlap. I think that's them all. I'm going to take a look at the instructions now, see if it says anywhere else. The guy, oh, the gun, they want the gun to be black as well. Okay, that's simple enough. Is there any more black on the next page? Does it say? Or is... No, on the next page it goes on to the golds. Okay. So, we don't need to be as fine now because it's a big piece we're doing. Whoop. Just over the gun. You can do this easily with an even larger brush than me, base coat brush or something. I don't think I've even got one of them. A large brush I'll have to do. It'd probably save you a lot of time if you were. It'd probably save me a lot of time actually if I got a bigger brush for base coating. If you want to economize as much as possible on actual money, I definitely recommend picking up the ones that give you paints, brushes, tools, that sort of thing. The subscription, is it this? I think it might be the subscription that gives you the tools. So even if you just pick up the subscription, then cancel it, and then just buy the ones that have the extra value because they've got the paints, they've got whatever in them. That'd probably be the best way to go about it. Should have thinned this paint a wee bit more, killing a wee bit of the detail, but as I said, I'll try taking some off there. Not that much of the detail. That's the black it says to do on them. Ah, I just realised there's a couple more bits I could pick out on that backpack as well. I'll just lift you up and just pick out these little tiny bits here. It doesn't say so in the tutorial, but the completionist in me knows they're meant to be black. I can't help pick them out. There we go. I can see a wee bit thanks to that camera inside there. It feels wrong not base coating a model as well. Because I would have probably... I feel weird painting black. Because I would have base coated it black, then put the blue on top of that. So that is kind of weird. Yes! That shall be us time for tonight. And so if you... I'll put my paintbrush. I'll make sure I look after my tools. I fair enjoyed this. It's very nice, it's very relaxing for me. I think I might continue this tomorrow. Maybe. Because we sort of unboxed them all. We've got the first 3 models started. Oh, I forgot to put my lid back on the glue. Just after what I was saying about looking after stuff. So yeah. So far, 6 paints. Quite a few models, enough for small skirmish-based games. And not for a bad price, as well as paintbrush, snips, a wee board to play on. Not bad at all so far. As I was saying, yeah. If you want to economize as much as possible, drop sub, pick up the ones that are extra value, like the ones with the paints. The scenery ones, the ones that have the scenery, I imagine are going to be very, very, very good for value, I would imagine. Yes! I think I'm going to continue this tomorrow at the same time, where we could maybe continue on painting some of these. Or I may go... Depends. I may go into some more of just me normal painting instead of painting to the tutorial. But whatever, I don't know. We'll see, I'll think about it. And anyone that's watching this either on the YouTube or the Twitch has any suggestions, recommendations, requests on this sort of stuff, then definitely let me know. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to do like specific models like, oh, how would you paint this, how would you mean that? By requests and specifications, I mean like, oh, I'd love to see you paint up all those models, so have them all ready to paint tomorrow. We're not really interested in the building, just have them all ready to paint for tomorrow, and then just sit painting them and chat and chill. And if that's what you want, then just let me know. But I fair enjoyed that. It was nice, it was chill, it was relaxing. Because I wasn't really in the mood to be playing a game and be stressed out tonight. I was just wanting to sit back, chill, relax, and chat. So yes. Thanks everyone that has joined. Yous have all been awesome. I'll see you all next time. I hope yous have all enjoyed this. Bye-bye.